Hey everybody, welcome back to the Candy Camper. This is the Candy Camper's trailer reactions. Today we got Tones TV, we got X Rod, we got It's Lucas Kim, and we're gonna get into Thor, the trailer, not the original Thor, but the newer Thor. See, I got it this time. The cool
2011 Thor. 2011.
2011 Thor. There we go. The cool thing about this movie is that it was just another introduction into the world of Marvel, and they just kept hitting us with more and more and more and more. This movie had a budget of $150 million, and box office was $449.3 million. So it did pretty good if you're looking at numbers and you know how to do numbers. What do you guys think of the movie?
Go ahead, X. Lead us off this time, dude.
Thank you. I love the movie. I love Thor's story to start. I know a little bit more about him. There are certain things later on in the years that I wish we still introduced. But as far as the first movie goes, fantastic. The only thing I didn't like was him having bleached blonde hair because it doesn't make any sense. Just let him be either his natural way or give him a wig. Just don't bleach his hair. Come on. We could have done better, Marvel.
What do you think of it?
I love the movie.
What do you think of the cast?
Wait, Thor wasn't blonde? I never, and I just realized that now. I'm like, Thor isn't blonde?
He's actually like I think the mythological Thor is like a redhead. I think he's like pure like fire beard, fire hair.
I always
You better pull that up.
assume that Marvel comics, he always had like a blonde hair with a big ass winged helmet. That's all I remember. So
that's what I'm saying. That's what I remember too. You're about to get yourself canceled,
Nope,
sir.
I don't do that, bro.
While we're searching that up, let's get into this. We got Chris Hemsworth, we got Natalie Portman, we got Kat Dennings, Anthony Hopkins. Can we just pause on Anthony Hopkins?
No,
you gotta
keep going.
Come on.
Yeah, look at that.
Anthony Hopkins as Odin, though.
Oh yeah.
Tom
Idris Elba,
Hiddleston.
dude.
What's that?
we
yeah.
are also forgetting about Tom Hiddleston.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, Tom Hiddleston. Was his fuck's his name? The guy that plays Heimdall.
Heimdall.
He said Idris.
Yeah, that's
Idris Elba. That's
Yeah,
what
so there you go.
Idris
Thank you.
Elba.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And then there's Stellan Skarsgård, and
Skarsgård. Yeah,
and then
they just crushed it.
Yeah, it says Thor has Thor red hair or brown hair.
Yeah, he was
and
a
also,
redhead.
also honorable mention is that Ray Stevenson is actually in the movie too.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, rest in peace. He, such a great actor.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, shit. Wow, this great
he was
cast.
Volstagg.
Wow. Now, yeah, looking back on it, jeez.
Yeah, I forgot who played him.
Even,
He was one of the trio.
He was Volstagg. Yeah.
Volstagg. Yeah.
The big beard. Looked like a troll. Yeah, no, just an amazing cat. Oh, we're losing extra. Amazing cast.
We're good.
I just can't believe that it only did that much by having that cast. You would think it would have done a little bit more in the box office.
And it wasn't the first Marvel movie out. There was multiple
Marvel
movies out. So you would think, and especially those like Iron Man and Captain America. I think even Spider-Man was out before Thor, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but anyway, those.
Who are you talking about? Andrew Garfield or Tobey Maguire?
The Tobey Maguire, yes, but the Andrew Garfield one as well.
Andrew Garfield, they stopped making his movies because they started making these Marvel and connected ones.
But that being said, it's like all those movies were great. All the origin stories for those Marvel movies were great. And getting a Thor movie, you would think it would hit like in the high 7s, low 8s, maybe, like at the very least. But we didn't get that
with all the talent.
Well, that's the thing. Chris Hemsworth wasn't that big at that time though. Like this was probably his his first huge movie that he's ever done. So
I think it would write off the name a little bit more. But yeah, Lucas, what do you think? What do you think of the first Thor movie?
Funny thing, you guys are saying that like this was his first big movie because his ever first appearance in a film is actually Star Trek as a George Kirk, and then like then just right the next like a year after he was casted as a Thor. Like so it's a big jump of a gap right there, and you wouldn't you would think that he like a guy like him who already has like a appearance of a popularity right there, and then just suddenly becomes a Thor with no actual like further like film backgrounds or anything like that. It's a big honor,
Yeah.
And then almost everyone else except the obviously Stellan Skarsgård, Anthony Hopkins, Rene Russo, and
Yep.
all those people. Like the Tom Hiddleston is also pretty like a kind of a new in a shell right there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And becoming ever since he became Loki, he legitimately made a lot of money and made a big popularity. Even though he's a villain, everyone loved Loki for
Everyone loved Loki. Yeah.
yeah, and for like any reasons. And I think I think that's also the reason why Tom Hiddleston embraced about enjoying playing as Loki, because everyone loves him, and he knows that he became famous because of that. And I think also that's also the reason why Chris Hemsworth is very humbled about like being casted as Thor, because that's what gave him fame. And I think the last like interview that he had with the one of the like, I think it was a Variety or something, he like defended about the um being MCU cast member, saying that you have to really feel humble about being in these movies, and he enjoys being in them, and he's very passionate about it, like comparing to some other actors and actresses who
You can say her
complained
name.
about it. What?
Huh? Never mind.
Okay, give me the Madame Webs.
Oh, I
uh,
wasn't gonna go that route, but sure, we'll take
Oh,
that one too.
yeah, because
ouch.
she complained about like how like she's not making she didn't do so well. So but like Chris Hemsworth, I say you gotta like really be humble about being in these movies, and you can't complain about what about being in this. And he's very happy about like being casted in this. And I think that's also the reason why we're going MCU is like kind of looking forward of having a Thor sequel again, and pretty soon too. So I'm looking forward to that as well.
Yeah,
I think as
definitely.
far as that goes, as Hemsworth, he was shocked that they said they're making another Thor after um, Love and
Love and Thunder.
Thunder, because it was bad. Love and Thunder was so bad, but
He didn't even like it.
yeah, but he knows, like, as long as Marvel's calling him, and I think for him, as long as Marvel calls and says we want you back, he's gonna come back, and he can play Thor forever. I mean, jacked, and dude can do it for as long as he lives. He plays such a great character. It's just he needs better writing
What
behind him.
route are they going if on the in the next one? We don't know where
Avengers
the fuck
5,
we're going in.
baby.
We don't know where we're going in general. We
We
don't
don't know where we're
fucking
going in
know.
general. Yeah,
Wherever we're going, we jump through. Whose portal was it? Was it Wong's portal that we're jumping
Yeah,
through?
yeah.
Yeah. What the fuck? Like, where are
yeah.
we gonna go? What timeline?
Well, they've really
They
brought
really
Wong
need to
out
figure
of
that,
the shadows. Like, Wong has become such a main character now.
dude. Right? What a
Yeah.
fucking weird like. He's like the sub character of a sub character,
Uh
but
huh.
now he plays the biggest role. What's the other guy's name? Starts with a G. Um, Genshin.
Still, is it?
I can't think of it. Same realm. But we'll move past that because I'm not gonna remember. Let's Tony
So
next.
speaking of Chris Hemsworth, actually, I heard that he is actually appearing in Deadpool and Wolverine as a cameo appearance.
Supposedly
Okay.
there's a lot of people going to be in Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm very excited for it.
Yeah,
A lot
so
of MCU characters supposedly.
but like I said, if he gets called that he needs to be showing up as Thor, he's gonna do it. He
Mhm.
enjoys this character. Like you can like in every show that he's been in, he enjoys being like making that like a like the European accent, the very thick European accent. He's like, "I'm Thor, the son of Odin," and then he just
Yeah.
like he enjoys doing that around all the time. So you can tell.
what's he gonna do? What do you think he'll do in here? And is he gonna be in his suit? You think, or is he gonna be in like civilian clothes?
We could assume that he might be a fat Thor again too.
Or yeah, true. Yeah,
I don't even think he's gonna do that. I think he's gonna be Throg. The store as a frog. I think he's gonna do that.
Okay.
Oh
Okay.
no. Oh no.
Tones, what's your thought?
Let's get to the trailer, boys.
You haven't even told us what you think of it.
I mean, you guys pretty much literally covered everything. Like Thor.
Sorry, Tony.
No, seriously,
But it wasn't your words.
Thor is such a easy character to love, but they fuck it up with Love and Thunder. That was my only gripe with him. He's a god. He's not a fucking comedian. He's not a just some random fucking superhero. He's a god. Keep him a god. Like the trailer we're about to watch is literally like him being who he's supposed to be, and we didn't get that in. We kind of got that in Guardians of the Galaxy a little bit, but
That's
we
Guardians of
got
the Galaxy.
huh?
But Guardians of the Galaxy was supposed to be like that, where Thor wasn't supposed to be funny.
Yeah, he was just this fat dude just playing video games in some random fucking village, or the Asgard village, right? I don't know, man. The Thor that we know and love is the trailer we're about to watch, and that's what I will remember. I like X said, if he wants to come back for fucking Thor, he's gonna do it. And no other person could play Thor for sure. It's just what direction are we going, and that's the biggest question that everyone is asking, because there's no clear path. And I say this multiple times. I always refer back to Marvel. The funnest part about doing about watching those movies was calling your friends and be like, hey, I have a theory on what's next. And now I can't even get a fucking phone call to X anymore because he don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it. I'm so over it. I'm over it.
Like, and there's no point anymore.
I make shit up on the spot as soon as I see a trailer. Oh shit! Like, this is what's coming, because I know the comics. I know how the MCU was going, and then you're like, oh well, I'm gonna go shit the bed real fast. We'll come back and talk about it. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how much you hate Love and Thunder, huh?
I
see how it
I
is.
couldn't stand it. Once I saw him working out, and he was coming out of his depression. Okay, cool. Let's get him back. Let's have something, pick his arc back up. Maybe a little more. Maybe now he's ready to be the king of Asgard or something. Nope, I'm just gonna be dumbass Thor. And even when he was supposed to be serious, like with the kids, it was still like he was written to be stupid in these parts. Like, what are we doing? Focus on what's going on right now.
Last part, Loki had a better fucking show than Thor had a movie, and that's insane to talk about. It's insane.
Well, and we're still missing like a lot of Thor arcs too. Like later on, like Lady Sif, and like we're missing all that stuff, and I feel like we're not gonna get any of that.
Lady Sif was like very bizarre for me, mainly because she was like kind of an agent of Shield for a short time, and then all of a sudden she suddenly was like in Thor: Love and Thunder. But here's my question: is like, is Agents of Shield actually like considers canon? I don't understand that part right there.
There's two different theories that Marvel execs at the time, they were saying it was canon because it was going right after Avengers. So they're like, okay, we're gonna roll off of this and give a little side story about what's coming in, because they could do it kind of background as you still are explaining what's going on within the movies. But once they kind of lost their story a little bit and they weren't keeping up with the movies anymore, they're like, oh, let's just go in space and just call it good. Like, they were in the future, but it was past, but they can catch up to the future. I don't know. It was very confusing.
Yeah, so I'm assuming that they kind of retconned it a little bit, because in the Love and Thunder, the way she appeared, like she was like really messed up. And then it seemed like they just completely retconned her story in Agents of Shield and just like went on with the like, hi, I've been like trying to seek for you. There's no Asgard. What the hell happened? I'm really fucked up. Like,
Well,
do something about it.
not only that, we're missing parts too because Thor was married before to someone else before Sif and had kids,
Where
and we skipped all that. Iron Dagger, like we skipped all that shit. So where the what the
So
fuck?
so let me explain that, because this the two movies, Thor Ragnarok and Love and Thunder, were directed by Taika Waititi, and Thor Ragnarok, I think Taika Waititi did an amazing job, and then
peak.
yeah, and then all of a sudden, like when Love and Thunder came in, um, he did very poorly, because I feel like he was not very familiar with Thor story too much, like and he just like they he probably assumed like, oh, they like the way I did for the Ragnarok, maybe I should do a little bit silly version of Thor in the Love and Thunder as well too. And I think that was a main reason why it was poorly executed. But
Yeah.
I will say that the villain of the Thor Love and Thunder, played by Christian Bale, was not actually that bad. Christian Bale did an amazing job as as a villain for that acting. I still agreed. I still defend by, like, I stand by my defense that, like, even though the people would say that the villain was very weak, I don't think so. Like, even let's say even if it was weak, Christian Bale did his best to make sure that his villain was not weak. Like at at the start point of the Love and Thunder, like him as, like, trying to plead with the gods and everything. Oh my god, like, you can clearly tell that Christian Bale's, like, emotions poured into the, like mourning for his daughter, and then, like, pleading to the gods, and, like, getting angry about it. That really killed me. Like, that was like the peak acting of a man who's, like, Academy winner, the type of acting right there. And then, but it's kind of a shame, because, like, the way he, this could this character could have been a very badass type of villain, and that just, like, kind of turned out to be, like, absolutely garbage at the end of the story, because
Mhm.
the Taika Waititi just couldn't execute it very well, and I was very disappointed about that. And not to mention, like, the storm, the what is it, the Stormbreaker axe given to like the guy, the daughter, but this daughter, like, is actually the Bob Chapek's granddaughter, obviously.
Mhm.
Um, just kind of randomly became like a superhero with an axe, and I was like, this ending just really made no sense. I just think that, like, they just really killed Thor. That's how I felt at the end of that story right there. And so I kind of agree with X-Rod on that part. Like, they just kind of killed it. Like, they killed the whole Thor story at the end. I don't know how are they going to continue with this.
Yeah.
But I still remember the first Thor, and to this day, that this is what made Thor really, really great. But also at the same time, Dark World was like, we don't talk about Dark World.
People actually dislike Dark World. I didn't like it as far as like kind of what we do in Marvel, but it wasn't. It still kept on track with what he was doing.
Right.
I would take Dark World now over Love and Thunder.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
that makes sense. Yeah.
I would too. I fell asleep through Dark World.
Yeah.
So you can't defend
My
it
first
then.
watch. Well, my first watch through. Yeah, no, I definitely
Okay.
fell
Okay.
asleep. Um,
Okay.
but yeah, let's watch this trailer. Let's see if this holds up. And I don't remember this trailer at all. Like I do not remember this.
I do. I totally do. It's really sad,
Yeah,
actually.
let's see.
It's not easy to do what you did.
Is he a
You made
tiger
my
now?
men look like a bunch of minimum wage mall cops. That's hurtful. Would you like to tell me where you received your training? Afghanistan? Chechnya?
Asgard.
Who are you?
His hair does look weird.
I have sacrificed
This is
much
the right one,
to
right?
achieve peace.
Yes. This is one of the
Through your
like the
arrogance and stupidity, you have opened these peaceful realms and innocent lives to the horror and devastation of war.
You are a vain, greedy, cruel boy. You are an old man and a fool!
You're unworthy!
Father.
Ugh, chills.
I now take from you your power! And I cast you out!
Oh, yeah.
Please open your eyes.
Oh, no, this is Earth, isn't it?
Where it comes from?
Your ancestors called it magic. And you call it science. I come from a place where they're one and the same.
He has disobeyed his
Forgot that was a fucking villain for some reason.
His fate is in his own hands now.
I will end this.
Oh, that was when 3D was a big thing. Oh my god.
Look how fucking weird this swing was. Look at this swing.
Oh, where he doesn't hit anything at all?
Watch.
I forgot Destroyer was sent down to do that. I totally spaced on that.
Yeah. By Loki.
It looked really fucking good too. Like
Mhm.
now picturing back, they did a great job. That trailer was interesting. Probably kind of weird. I don't. It was
only
Kinda
need-
weird.
You need the first half of that trailer. You don't need the back half of it.
Yeah,
back half
it was a lot of extra shit they threw in there for no reason. I
that's
like
just
they
like
didn't tell this whole story.
I feel like half of that trailer kind of like spoiled it a little bit for me right there.
Mhm.
See, I feel like I didn't get too much of it. That was like spoiled. The ending kind of did to me, but I feel like it was just kind of them jumping around a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
it was definitely a weird second half of the trailer. The first trailer, you kind of see where it's going. You see he's getting cast down to Earth, and then Natalie Portman's there to save the day. And then the aggressive kiss when they kissed was aggressive, dude. I don't know what the fuck that was. Yeah, dude. They fucking damn near broke each other's fucking noses while kissing. But yeah, the first half was good. The second half was kind of telling. You know what I'm saying? But I enjoyed it. I mean, of course, it's a movie that I would have gone to see. I would have seen if I haven't seen it, if that was the trailer that I saw.
Yeah.
If that made sense.
Go backward there, but it's fine.
But yeah, it was good.
definitely would have got me in the theater for sure. Still now, but yeah, I don't know why you needed all that extra shit. After he gets down to Earth and she finds him, you could probably cut the trailer off right there. We're good. Leave the rest in suspense. But no, I would still go back to the trailer to the theater and watch it. Like I got chills once he said I cast you out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
God, what a fucking great! I'm telling you, Odin is probably like the perfectly cast. Just Anthony Hopkins is legit.
Yeah. Yes. Any role he really does, he embodies the whole thing for sure.
Yeah. I think it was great. I think it holds up for sure. But I also kind of want to go back to what Tones and I talked about before. I would have went and seen it anyways because of the name. Like you could have said some fucking guy with bleached blonde hair with a giant hammer that shoots electricity. Like I'm probably gonna go see that even if it didn't say Thor on it. That sounds awesome. So I think this movie holds up because of the name, and I think that over the years Marvel got too attached to that and got lazy, and that's why they started throwing random shit. And they tried to please people by putting out way too much stuff, and that's why we got like what fucking was it Cloak and Dagger or fuck it's called, and like those weird shows that look like soap operas like that we didn't need.
But Cloak and Dagger didn't even do well. It was like it was poorly written and it was It was more of a love story than anything. It just wasn't
And
good.
not only that too, they put them. They sold all these shows off to different places, so you didn't know where to watch them. You watched Agent of Shield on like the CW or where the fuck
It
it
was
was.
ABC.
BBC.
ABC, and then you had the other
ABC.
show on Hulu, and then someone else had another show, and you're like, "Where? I don't know where the fuck to watch." These Netflix
Netflix.
had, yeah, Netflix had the other stuff, so it's like, holy shit, I can't follow all this, and that's where I got lost.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure, brother.
Lucas,
Even
what's your thoughts? Oh, go good.
sorry, I was gonna say real quick. Even they even came out with Inhumans at the
Oh
time.
yeah,
I didn't even watch Inhumans because
I didn't watch it either.
it was so just like backwards and run around. Were the Inhumans are technically mutants, but they weren't going that route, so they didn't own the mutants, so they had to call them something else.
then
Which
why
I
even
thought
do
was
it?
why even do it? Why even do? They actually came out with another show that I think lasted maybe like 6 episodes, and they canceled it because no one was watching it. I think it was called
Oh, like materials or something, materials or some shit.
like it was like X something, like X materials or something like that. It was supposed to be
Yeah.
another mutant based show
Uh-huh.
that no one watched because it didn't make any sense. And it was during all of this, during Thor, Iron Man. They were trying to jump on that train along with it, and it just wasn't doing well. And I think that's another reason why Marvel shows right now aren't doing well, because you're pushing out too much weird shit at the same time.
Yep. All right. So before we wrap this up, I'm going to go around the table one last time and just let us know, let the viewers know if this would hold up and if it would have got you in the theater.
Yes, it held up because of the name Thor, but no, it was a good trailer. It wasn't a bad trailer. The first half of it was dope because we don't ever see a place like Asgard anywhere in Marvel. It's Asgard is like the creme de la creme, you know what I'm saying? Everyone would want it to be there if it was true. So but him getting cast down and all that good stuff, it was weird because they just showed a little too much, but at the same time it's Thor, dude. So yeah, it holds up for sure.
Sweet. Lucas?
My answer would have been like, if I didn't watch Iron Man or the Incredible Hulk during that time, I probably would have said no, only because I'm not too familiar with Thor, and I'm not too familiar with Marvel, MC or Marvel movies, so it would have put me in too much interest in it. The only reason why I ended up like watching Iron Man was because during the WonderCon they showed the premiere of it, and they show how good Iron Man was. So when I watched it through, and then at the end they were like kind of introducing Avengers and everything. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna give it a shot. And then I watched the Incredible Hulk, and then when Thor was announced, I was like, you know what, I might consider watching it. And then I didn't watch it during the first week of launch. I was like still hesitant, and then my friend was like telling me that there's just like a scene where the Thor says that he needs a horse, and then he like told me about the dialogue right there, and then I think that was the reason why what it got me into watching this movie, because I thought that was a pretty funny gag line that he chose. But after I watched it, I was very impressed. I thought it was like pretty cool action type of a superhero movie that I haven't seen in a very long time. So in a way, you get um yeah. If I didn't hear any of these like stuff like that, I probably would have said no. But now because I've watched all of them, I would say yes. Yes, that would be correct.
For sure. Cool. And you got our answers. Awesome. Hell yeah. So I think this is one that's going to go down in the Marvel history books for sure. I think it holds up. I think the series needs a little bit of help, maybe a reboot, but you have to have Chris Hemsworth still as Thor. I think he is Thor. You can't really recast him. But yeah, if you guys want to actually tell everybody where they can find you at, and Tones, if you want to kick us off.
Yeah, you guys can find me at Tones_TV on all platforms. Follow my YouTube channel, Bad Thoughts Studio, where we do movie, TV shows, and trailer reactions. Right now, we're doing House of the Dragon content. So if you guys are interested in Bad Thoughts Studios, and follow the podcast, Bad Thoughts Podcast with TheCandidCamperr and I.
Extra.
If you can go follow me at xrod_TV, xrodtv on all platforms, and going to be here on YouTube soon as well, doing Marvel rants. Going to be doing some Disney, Star Wars. We're going to get into all that, and let me know if you guys want me to do anything on your own on the side. Come in, we'll have a good time.
Tell them about your OnlyFans too, bro.
That's actually Foot Finder.
Oh, my fault.
Yeah.
If you want to find those Voldemort feet, you know where to go. Dude, his feet look like a krill. Lucas, go for it.
Oh, shit.
Okay, so you can find me on Twitter or X. My user is right below. It says it's Lucas Kim, and then you can also check out my Linktree links to look at my Lucas and Disney channel, as well as any other social media profile right there. Okay, thank you.
Sweet. Yep, and I'm the Candy Camper. You can find me here on my channel. You can find me over at the Bad Thoughts podcast. You can find me on IG, the Candy Camper with an extra R. Like, subscribe. Let us know what you want to see. If you want us to do any reactions to other trailers, if you want to come on the show, just shoot me a message and we'll get you on. And go check out these people's pages. They're awesome. And go like and subscribe. Thank you. Have a good night.